Kathleen Kennedy officially stepped down as president of Lucasfilm last night, and I've got some thoughts that y'all are not gonna like. While YouTubers who think George Lucas is God have been putting out videos over the past 10 years about how Kathleen Kennedy is definitely gonna get fired this week, George Lucas hand-selected and hand-picked Kathleen Kennedy to run Lucasfilm after his departure, and this is what she's accomplished over the past 10 years. One of my favorite additions that Kathleen Kennedy was responsible for was the Darth Vader hallway scene in Rogue One. She was the one that came in last second and suggested they shoot this scene. This was not planned. This was not in the director's vision. She came in and said this needs to happen. And we got one of the coolest scenes of all time. Rogue One was also heavily influenced by her, as Tony Gilroy actually wanted to have nothing to do with the project until Kennedy was in talks with him to make it happen. And Rogue One and Andor are two of the best Star Wars projects we will ever get. Kennedy was also heavily involved in bringing The Mandalorian to life, and the first two seasons are some of the best Star Wars we've ever gotten. Underneath Kathleen Kennedy, we also got the release of Clone Wars Season 7. Thank God for that, because we finally needed the ending to the show, and it totally delivered. And she also helped bring to life Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ahsoka Season 1, which in my opinion, I really liked. They weren't perfect, but I liked. But it was just really disappointing to see Kathleen Kennedy get all the hate when a project didn't go well critically, but then when something did well, get absolutely no part of the credit whatsoever. And I'm not saying that she's always had a perfect run. Nobody ever has in life. People are currently jumping for joy and rejoicing over Dave Filoni, but I'm already starting to see the cracks form in that too. People are already hating on Dave Filoni for Season 3 of Mandalorian, and people are also already hating on him for Ahsoka Season 1. Dave Filoni, congratulations. I'm super excited to see what you do with this role. I just pray to God that they were more kind to you than they were Kathleen Kennedy, because you do not have an easy job from here on out. Star Wars fans now have a very high expectation, and unfortunately nobody's ever going to always live up to that. But continue to do your best, stick to what you love, and you're going to do a great job. So all I can say is thank you, Kathleen Kennedy. You helped bring Star Wars back to the main stage and give it the attention that it deserves. You brought it into the Disney parks, and you set up a good foundation for another decade of great Star Wars content, which I'm super excited for.